my pose.
Welcome to Blooming Jelly. I'm so happy you're here, and I hope this video inspires you today. In this video, I attempt to complete my first ever Inktober challenge in one of the busiest months of the year. Since it's my first Inktober, I'm keeping it simple with just ink and paper, no watercolour, no markers. In case you're not aware, Inktober is a month-long art challenge created by artist Jake Parker that is focused on improving skills and developing positive drawing habits. The challenge comes with 31 prompts to inspire 31 pictures. And because I love making notebooks, I also decided to create one just for this challenge. So grab a drink or your own pen and paper and join me on this adventure. Let's see if I can finish the challenge on time. So I've actually known about Inktober for a long while, and I've seen a lot of artworks by other artists on Instagram, but I've never attempted it before. Partly because I was just too busy with life, like there was just always so much other things to do, and partly because I guess I just never considered myself an artist, and art challenges are for artists, right? I know, like Inktober is for anyone that wants to improve their drawing habits or just anyone who's looking for some inspiration. Like anyone can do in Inktober. But sometimes my brain sets such weird limitations for me. And I'm really trying my best to rewire my brain now and like manifest things for my life and just do it. So this year I wanted to put a little bit more effort into my art and maybe work on exploring my own style. The prompt is mustache. Okay, I'm not sure if you can tell who this is supposed to be. Obviously it's supposed to be Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch version, but I don't know. He looks so Asian. What did I do? Anyway, yeah, that's first day done.
Looking pretty old.
Like I was saying, I've been wanting to put in a little bit more effort into my art and maybe work on developing my own style. I mean, definitely I have a style, like everyone has an art style of their own because we are all like influenced by what we consume. But after my previous challenge to finish a sketchbook in 1 week, I realized there really is a benefit to keep practicing and keep churning out artwork in high quantities instead of just focusing on quality. Because when you focus on quality, you can tend to become like a perfectionist and you focus too much on trying to create the perfect artwork. But there is beauty in quantity. In a certain way, achieve some sort of perfection through exercising your art muscles. So I decided, like, what better way to improve my art is there than to force myself to draw 31 pictures on a time limit.
My pose.
So it's not a real food store. Ah, the display of cute.
不多。ham and cheese.
So I've always been someone that struggles to form any meaningful habits. So even though I've been drawing ever since I could hold a pencil, the fact is I've never really like systematically learned to draw. Does it make sense? I guess maybe at some point in my teenagehood or my childhood, where when we had plenty of time to spend on our hand, I dedicated a lot of my time to drawing just because it was fun and because there was nothing much else to do in life when you were a kid, right? And so you just have so much time to just do the things that you like. I made it sound like I stopped drawing for a really long time, but no, I've always been drawing. Even when my job was busy, and I just never stopped drawing, but it was just like a hobby that I never seriously pursued. It was a therapy for me. It was a way for me to relax, like explore colors and explore my creativity. And because it was an avenue for me to relax and just have fun, I kind of also realized I've sunken into this zone where I am happy to just doodle a little bit of something, and I wasn't really striving to create even better pieces of artworks, or I wasn't like exploring new media. I wasn't exploring new technique or exploring new ways of expressing myself, or like creating my own style, and or maybe creating my own character and my own stories. I mean, I'm not saying you have to do that, because I think art can just be art. It can just be a simple activity that you do. It doesn't have to be so big. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be ambitious, I guess. And that's how I perceived my art for a very long time. But I guess these days, I'm slightly a little bit more ambitious with my art. I'm not saying I want to like become the next big thing or like Van Gogh or anything like that, but I just want to push myself and see where my art can bring me. Like they say, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land among the stars. Which we all know, like the star is supposed to be further, but let's not be pedantic. I was having so much trouble with the prompt artwork. Like, I'm not sure if you realized that the second day, I decided that I was gonna draw this little girl as my original character, and I'm gonna like draw the entire Inktober around her world. Just a little toddler. Thought it would be fun to design and imagine myself being in her world. Yeah, so it was really difficult to design the art around her and her world and the work ethic. And this sketch took me like an hour, like just the pencil sketch alone, and like trying to get everything. Like, I've only drawn 3 dogs because I was like, I'm not very good at drawing dogs. I know like Dog Sleds has at least 6 dogs, but I'm like, no, I'm just gonna draw 3 because they are so much work. So yep, enough yapping. Gonna go on to the next one because I am very behind. It is 27th of October. I only have 3 days left, and I think I've only done like 20. I think I've done 20. It's not a super long way, but I still have quite a few pictures to go. And the last like 10 prompts are really quite difficult. I'm really having quite a bit of trouble like trying to connect it to her role. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. This prompt is rival. So like as I've explained previously, I wanted to finish the entire Inktober based on my original character. So I wanted to make sure that every picture was on theme. Like, it has to be from like a toddler's perspective. I wanted to be creative, imaginative. I wanted to have a lot of animals and a lot of nature, because that's how I imagine her to be. She's like a wild little rural kid that loves everything from the wow. It was so difficult to draw the Arctic prompt because like how do you Arctic anything toddler unless they live in Alaska or one of those Arctic places, right? So it took me a really long time, and I finally decided that maybe I'll just let her imagine it. I'm not quite sure if I've interpreted this whole Arctic prompt and toddler thing correctly, but if you have any opinion, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. It is 9:20 on 31st of October, so this is the last day of Inktober, and I am actually pretty proud of myself. I kind of managed to finish almost everything, I think, and I think I have, yeah, except for Rowdy. I haven't done that yet, and I haven't inked a lot of the stuff that I drew, so I'm gonna use the last 3 hours, 2.5 hours to play catch up. So this is my Inktober 2025 notebook. I made the notebook from scratch, and I even made the cover. It was from an old scrap artwork that I made, and yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick flip through, and I hope you enjoy it. So the prompt this year started, oops, I can never know like which is the front and which is the back. So this is the Inktober. The first prompt is mustache. I'm not sure if you can tell, but this is Doctor Strange. Somehow, I made Benedict Cumberbatch look like Asian. Like he looks like an Asian Doctor Strange. Don't think I quite managed to ace the portrait, but it's fine. I enjoyed it. And the second prompt was weave. I toyed with the idea of doing like maybe weaving baskets or weaving hair or braids and things like that, but then I decided that okay, I'm just gonna like do like a traffic weaving. And then the third one was crown. It was at this point I decided to create like an original character of my own. She is probably my first official original character that I have like done quite a bit through this Inktober challenge to flesh out her world. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And this is crown, so I'm obviously referring to the flower crown on her head. She's a little toddler girl. She is fearless and she just loves being outdoors. The fourth prompt is murky. The murky here is referring to the murky waters her dog went into. These are some of the sketch that I did. And next prompt is deer. I thought that's quite cool. I tried to mimic like children's handwriting, because obviously she's supposed to be like a toddler. And then Pierce. Yeah, she is a little toddler that loves to eat. So she's often seen, and she loves animals, she loves outdoor nature, so she's always around food and around nature. And this is Starfish. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but she's like there, she's rolling around the sand like a starfish. This is the prompt Fearless. She's trying to roll down a slope with a skateboard and a bunch of balloons, so she is fearless. Heavy, she's in a heavy sleep, so sleepy that her ice cream melted and she is still sleeping. And you know, for a foodie, they will never allow their food to go to waste, so she was really tired. Sting, yep, she's being chased by a bunch of bees because she probably did something she shouldn't do. Shredded, she is shredding chicken for salad. She's a healthy baby that has a diverse diet. Sweep, she is sweeping the ants away from her honey jar. Not sure why there's a random pot of honey jar in the middle of the orchid, but that is the story. Drink, she's drinking milk. Trunk, this might be my favorite picture of the entire challenge. I love the composition. I love the fact that I added like the ferns on the tree. I just love how this one turned out. She's with her favorite sidekick, her dog, and her Ragged, the dog, chewed up her toy and she's crying. Blunder, your mom say do not feed the dog and cat together, and she did not follow instructions. So now the dog ate both the cat and the dog's food. Ornate, this might be kind of a stretch, but she's making a very ornate sandcastle with her best friend. And Deal, they made a deal to exchange food. I had the biggest problem with this, trying to conceptualize this according to her role. I don't really think I executed it very well, but I love how cute the dog came out. I am not very good at drawing dogs, so it was always such a challenge to draw the dogs. And then we have Rivals. Yeah, the cat is very angry and the dog is angry too. I had quite a bit of trouble with this one. Blast. I didn't quite know what to draw, but then I was inspired by Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, where he had a saying, "Time to blast off for adventure." And I misspelled adventure, but I think that's pretty on character. Like, she's a toddler, so she probably cannot spell. Button, this is cute. I love her tummy. And Firefly, this is supposed to be Rowdy. I had quite a bit of trouble conceptualizing this one because I didn't quite know what to do. I didn't want to draw the class of kids, so I still wanted to keep to the nature vibe. So she is witnessing cicadas for her first time and realizing how noisy they can be. Inferno, she is having a barbecue, camping outside with her friend, puzzling. This might be kind of a stretch, but this is Onion. And she has stolen some cookies and she's hiding under bed sheets and towels and her toys, and she's hoping not to be caught, and she's just eating her snack, her cookies. Skeleton, I decided to do a simple sketch, and this is trick or treat skeleton costume lessons. She's trying to teach the animals ABC. Not sure if you can tell. And she's supposed to be like an animal whisperer. She loves animals and animals love her, for the most part. Vacant. She's referring to the seat that is vacant beside her, gesturing for her friend to join her. And the final one, award. She's awarding her cat for being the best snuggler of the year. And with that, I've come to the end of this sketching vlog. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the artwork and what you think about this little character. I often, as a YouTuber, I don't quite know what people like and what people don't like. So make sure you subscribe and leave me a comment, tell me what you think. And that's all. I hope you have a great week ahead. Bye!